morning everyone, welcome back to the Hong Kong vlog. So today is New Year's Eve and there's going to be an absolute feast. So I thought before we eat, I'd go through a few things about Chinese New Year that you may or may not know already. Chinese New Year, also called Spring Festival and Lunar New Year. So Spring Festival is meant to signify the end of the coldest day of the winter, and it's now the season for the harvest and the season for new beginnings. So there are two different calendars that we follow. Day to day we follow the solar calendar, so that's the Gregorian one, and then Lunar New Year is the kind of like the old school one, and it's to mark, I think it's all based from like the full moon and the moon cycles. So that's the reason why New Year is always different year to year. It can be sometimes in January, sometimes it can be early February, late February, it really depends. So this year is the year of the pig and it's based on the 12 zodiacs as well. I'm a monkey, I was born in 1992. My sister is a pig, so this is her year. Although technically, if it falls on your zodiac year, it's not meant to be very good. In Cantonese, it's called Fan Tai Shou. Now the Spring Festival is actually the biggest Chinese celebration of them all, and it usually lasts about 15 days. New Year's Eve marks the first day of the Chinese New Year. For today, I think it's like the most important dinner. It's called the reunion dinner, Cantonese Tun Yun Fan. And this is when everyone from everywhere are all meant to come together and have a family meal on this particular day. So this one is a gigantic steamed fish. Look at my jinga. So this has been steamed, and then over the top you've got some ginger and spring onion. But the meaning behind having fish is to mean, in Chinese it's lin lin yao yu, which means that you can spend so much there's still some left over. This one over here, which I've just searched on Google, is called arrowhead mushrooms. So arrowhead mushrooms is meant to represent fertility, and also you've got some braised pork as well, which is meant to represent having a very healthy skin. Okay, so 呢個係叫發菜好事. So you've got this kind of hair, like almost like a vermicelli noodle dish. 發菜應該點講呢英文? It's meant to mean it's like a play on word of fat chai, which means to have a lot of fortune, and we've also got some dried oysters in there as well. So together it's meant to mean it's going to bring you fortune. So this one is abalone bao lo man yao, which means you have an abundance of everything. We have some stir-fry lettuce now. It's meant to mean san chai, birth and the growth of fortune. We have some pig's tongue. So pig's tongue, the word tongue, is meant to mean success. So everything to go smoothly and successfully. Wow! 靚到加01啦呢個. Yesterday we had this, and today we're having it again because it was so good. So this is crab stir-fried with salted egg yolk. Look at it. If anyone's a bit squeamish, you may not enjoy this side. Right in the middle of the table, we have some chicken. So you cannot have a big monumental special occasion without having chicken. So it isn't a special occasion without chicken. So any monumental thing you're celebrating, you have to have chicken in the feast. Here, this is Cantonese home cooking at its core for Chinese New Year. What a feast, what a banquet. I am so excited and my taste buds are tingling. There are 8 dishes on the table. 8 is the luckiest number in Chinese, so I am going to tuck in and I'll see you in a little bit. And there are loads of different things that you can eat as well. So there's a few things that I read. Number one, it has to be something round. So it could be like tangerines, it could be the glutinous rice balls, ton yun, because they signify, especially ton yun, it's kind of like a play on the word tun yun, ton yun, which means reunion. So when it's like Moon Festival, whereas Chinese New Festival is a very, very popular dessert to have, and it's also super, super tasty, especially when there's like mango inside or black sesame. It's so good. Tangerines are good because the word in Chinese is gut, and that means lucky, luck. There's a few rules as well. You're not allowed to wash your hair because it washes away the fortune. You can't handle anything with sharp edges, so knives, scissors, no, not allowed. You can't sweep and brush because that means that you're brushing the fortune away. You can't have a haircut on the day. You're meant to wear nice new underwear, nice new clothes. I bought a new pair of shoes yesterday because apparently it's to tai xiu yan. You're kind of stamping away pests. I'm trying to xiu yan點講, or like toxic people. Let's just say that people who are bad for you, you're meant to just stamp on them with your new shoes. I know sometimes I hear these things and I'm like, that's a really hard thing to try and like justify, but okay, I'm not gonna say no to a new pair of shoes. In the Chinese culture, and I'm sure in a lot of other Asian cultures as well, food is really like the language of the heart and the language of the soul. It's the best form of language that I grew up with because, and a lot of Asian families, they don't really express love explicitly as we would in Western communities. Preparing really, really good food, having all of these well-meaning symbolic dishes and sharing it with your family, and that's kind of like a major way of expressing and sharing love and gratitude towards one another, and I just find that so, so special. I'm gonna go out and get feasting. Who's ready? Because I'm ready. I really need to work on my dance moves because every time I edit and I see like these moves, they're not that cool. I dance like an awkward dad at a party. Happy New Year everyone. Today is Choi Yat, it's New Year's Day, and actually I'm going to start this bit in Cantonese. 咁多靚仔靚女，新年快樂，恭喜發財，祝你咁多位豬年會身體健康啦，步步高升啦，萬事如意啦，心想事成，身體健康，仲有咩呢？今年咧就係我第一年喺香港度賀慶新年嘅，跟住真係好有氣氛啦，佢覺得好 lucky， 我可以喺 lucky 點講咧？廣東話覺得好希望你哋全部都身體健康啦，同埋同我一齊食大餐，今晚又有大餐食。咁我而家講返英文啦。The tradition is on New Year's Day, you're meant to start with a vegan meal and you have to have it before 12 o'clock. Then in the evening you can go back to having a big feast again with your chicken and your fish and your seafood. So that big old pot you just saw just then had some vermicelli noodles, wood ear fungus, golden needle vegetables, Chinese mushrooms, monge tu, and it's so good because the noodles represent longevity and everything in there has a meaning, and it's so good just to toss it around. I don't know what that is. Stir it all around, have it with some rice. And also the preserved vegetables are mustard leaf. It was so salty, but that was very, very good paired with rice as well because it's long. You're meant to peel it down the middle, meant to represent a long life. Also had some pistachios because pistachios in Chinese is hai sam guo, and hai sam guo means like happy fruit. We had some seeds to represent cash flowing and having like cash to pick from, I think, and cherries. I'm not sure what cherries are. Cherries were delicious, so I had some. If you're all celebrating over the next 2 weeks, I hope you've all had a magnificent, wonderful time celebrating, and wishing you all good health, prosperity, and success in your coming year, and I hope this is the best year yet. I have a good feeling about 2019, and yeah, let's do it together. It's now about 2 o'clock. I'm going for a walk through the park right now, and there's a nice breeze in the air, which is very welcome because it is a hot day, but there's hardly anyone here. I thought it was going to be packed, so maybe we've missed like the morning rush because I know it's very important to have like the first incense of the day. So yeah, I'm going to go inside and pray to the gods on this ceremonial day, and then see where the rest of the day goes. Where gorgeous weather. I'm not sure if you can hear me with the noise because I've got a performance over there, but this is my outfit. I've got a red blazer, a white top and some red trousers and black mules. Whoop, 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 whoop. Looking like a red envelope today, but just went to the temple. Actually, I'll talk to you in a bit.
This个干强新高级，这里两个这也新。
Time for some lunch. So this is lo bak go, which is turnip cake, and it's so good, especially when it's pan fried. It's basically kind of like all mashed and minced together, and it's really, really tasty when you have some garlic chili sauce with it. So yeah, a good one to have whenever in dim sum, but especially in Chinese New Year. Usually inside they have some lapchang in it as well, which is preserved Chinese sausage, which helps to add extra flavor, extra savoriness. It's just delicious, so delicious. Everyone is rushing around to touch the lion's head because apparently it's good luck if you do so. So literally there's a huge crowd of people just patting the lion's head. After all of that excitement with the lion dance, I'm now at the traditional pastry shop Keiwa Benga to get some traditional Chinese pastry for Chinese New Year. You're meant to eat things like sesame crunch, there's like a biscuit with sesame and peanuts in, and it's just meant to bring you good luck. I'm not a huge like peanut sesame fan, but I'll still eat it during the time of the year because sometimes it is pretty tasty. And also I've not had bubble tea on this trip yet, so I'm gonna get some bubble tea. Now at the supermarket, and look at all of these different designs for the red packets. They are so cute. So this is what you put the money in for Chinese New Year, and also this is the stuff you would stick on like your doors. You can stick it in your front door, the doors at home, and it says for safety when you're walking in and out of the house. I'm sure there's a more eloquent way of saying that rather than safety when you're walking in and out the house. I now have my bubble tea, my first bubble tea of the trip. This is a King's Oolong with winter melon tea. And with winter melon it's great, but you can't determine the sweetness. So usually I go for a little sugar, but for this one it's like 70% sugar, so it's quite sweet, but it's so good. Good morning everyone, welcome to the third day and final day of the Chinese New Year traditional food video. So I thought I would open up with a few snacks and things that are very traditional. I have this little pot here full of an assortment of snacks. So whenever it's a birthday or New Year, it's very important to have sweets. If you have something sweet on a special occasion, New Year, birthday, that means the rest of the year is going to be sweet. So I've got these coconut candies which are so good. I don't really have a sweet tooth, but I love this. It's kind of like a hard, actually. Should I open one? Let's open one. It's like a coconut fudge. It's just very, very strong with coconut flavor, and you can just leave it in your mouth for a while and enjoy. Also, you saw the seeds and the peanuts from the other day, but there's two other things. So one of them is obviously gold coins, because gold is a lucky color in Chinese. Coins because they're obsessed with fortune and to wish good fortune upon others, so always have the chocolate coins. And then this, which is called lei seed hong, so these are like red envelope sweets. I'll also open this as well, and I grew up eating this as a kid and I haven't had this in years. It's just like one of those sweets that are just instantly nostalgic when you have it. So it's creamy, milky tasting with some sweetness, and it's a hard boiled sweet. It's very good, very, very good. The lion dance is absolutely fantastic. It's so cool, like it's Hoya Hei fun, so it really brings a lot of atmosphere, and it's just an element of Chinese celebrations that I especially love. So lions represent power and wisdom, and they are there to kind of ward off evil spirits and to bring people or businesses good luck, fortune, happiness. What you'll also notice in front of homes and shops is that they'll have a big branch of bat chai, or they'll have like Chinese celery, or like chai sum or something hanging from the door, which the lion will then come in, lettuce will then come in and like gobble it up for a while, or the little drums like, and then in a count of 3 they then throw the vegetables into the crowd, and the crowd will then pick up the vegetables, and it's supposed to be good. Actually, I've got some. I joined in earlier and I picked some up. Never done this before and it was quite exciting, so I was like, oh look, and a spring onion. So it was just like a ton of like spring onion and lettuce on the floor, some coriander, and everyone was picking it up, and there was one just by my feet, so I was like, okay, I'll pick some up too. The lions are actually made of like paper mache, bamboo and wire, and the eyes, where you can see them like blink and stuff, is made out of fiberglass. Inside the lion head you'll have an assortment of different strings and levers to pull. It makes the whole experience a lot more lifelike, and the dancers are actually usually pretty much kung fu martial artists, so you'll need like a lot of power. It's mind-blowing some of the things they do. Must be so tired as well, because they have to go like literally everywhere and perform these dances. So yeah, props to them, because they put on a fantastic show and everyone is super happy and they're like, woo, yeah, it's a good old time. But I'm now home, just finished my bubble tea, and I'm going to chill and then edit and then have some dinner, and then I'll finalize the video.